Hey YouTube, what's going on, guys? So we're gonna do a little bit of a video, a top 5 video, actually, top 5 catchers today. This is something I did at the end of 23, MLB 23, and I kind of stopped with it because it just, I wanted to pick it up in 24 when I felt like it was a little bit more needed. And I want, people ask me all the time, like, who's the best this, top 3 at this position, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like it's really important to do this. And we're gonna start with catchers today because this is a really heavily debated position. And my list is, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm not particularly confident in the list. And what I mean is that, not confident, I'm confident that this is honesty speaking, but I'm not like hard stuck on really any of these except in one instance. There's 2 variables that if they're checked, right, the box for that is checked, they're going to be the one for you. So we'll start off with honorable mentions for catchers. First up on the list, we'll go with honorable mention, Will Smith, 90 overall Will Smith, catcher. The Soul Series card. I love this card art, man. I really do. The reason why I have him here is because his stats aren't really crazy, but he's got a fantastic swing and pretty good quirks, including pop time, even though he only has a 78 arm. 90-72 versus righties, 78-80 versus lefties, 81 vision. Very well balanced, Super Mario-esque, but 95 clutch rating. At P5, it's 100, and he's got an incredible swing that I swear to you, it plays so much better than like with power than we think. Plus, bad ball hitter is so important because that power won't get nerfed if it's a ball out of the zone. That's very important. That's my understanding of the quirk. I could be wrong. I wish I'd explain it more. It'd be great. But he's my honorable mention. Sorry, Jay Millie, if you watch this, he's not my top 5. But if you're really good with him, man, why not? But the stats just aren't there for me. So on to number... Well, there's 3 honorable mentions. On another honorable mention here, Joe Mauer, the first Flawless Award, one of the first 2, 91 overall Hyper Series. He, to me, is solid, but what really hurts him is that the lack of power, obviously, but the 78 power isn't that bad. It's just that because of the 120 contact, he's a contact hitter versus righties, which means anything that you hit deep drives with with high fly balls, even if they're hit well, it's gonna die. That's part of contact hitter. I go over it in the video where I explain all the ins and outs and secret things and hitting that we don't know, and MLB The Show. I'll link that video in the description. I go over contact, balanced, and power hitting types and how they impact the game. So that's why he swings a bit of a noodle, and I love Joey M cards. But what helps him out? Quirks are incredible, including dead red, and the defense is solid. If this guy had a first base secondary, he would have been much more valuable, but really good clutch ratings, contacts are nice, decent vision. Someone I should consider using on Legend if I'm struggling, but right now with a lefty-heavy starting pitcher meta, I ain't really about it. For me, he's not really top 5, and I'll get into that why. I'll get into the why after that. Next honorable mention. This pains me to say this. I think he's very slept on. James McCann. I think it's very, very solid splits. Offensive heavy card, catcher first base positions, plus really strong arm. Good defense, surprisingly, with a good clutch rating. And 77 power solid, right, especially since he's not a contact hitter versus righties. These are really solid numbers. If you like his swing, he's going to do well for you, man. And he fits the Arenado team where he goes crazy. He gets that contact boost, clutch boost, and a power versus lefties boost and turns him into like a G. Diamond fielder, which is nuts. So definitely a card to look at. If it's the tier 3 boost, Arenado, by the way. So definitely a card to look at. And he makes Buxton team too. So if you want to run that one, he gets a huge power boost, which is probably a better boost for him. Huge power boosts overall, plus the fielding and the speed boost. So this guy is very versatile. The only thing that keeps him back from me is the low vision. Where I'm at right now on Legend, it's just tough to use guys like that. But if it doesn't really matter to you, rock with him. On to number 5 now. Granted, I haven't used him yet, so this is going to be tough for me. That's why I have him at 5. He could be better, he could be worse, but I have him at 5. I have the tater tot himself, young pretzel nugget Alejandro Kirk. Statistically, attribute-wise, excuse me, the contacts are solid, the vision's really good, the power's good enough, I think, and the defense is really solid behind the dish. He's really slow, but as long as he hits the ball, who cares? I think these numbers are really, really good for Legend players, and overall, they're just very well-rounded across the board for everybody who wants any difficulty. Unfazed is nice. I think he's kind of nice to rock with, Alejandro Kirk. I think he's, if you like his swing, which is tough, that's another thing too. He might get bumped out, to be honest, because of the swing. To me, I got to give him because the attribute nod. I'll give him number 5, but I would personally rather use Will Smith over Alejandro Kirk, and most people probably would too. But I got to be fair. I'm gonna give him a run for. I'm gonna give him a little bit of a test drive, and we'll see. I'll take this pretzel nugget out for a spin. We'll see how he does. I have something planned for that, by the way. We're mixing in a little bit of gameplay highlights, but for those who don't have any, we have a little something special for you at the end of the video. Stick around. So on to number 4, Mitch Garver, young Mitch Garver. He makes the Arenado team where he becomes a lot better, but overall very solid attributes, a swing that people love, a good enough clutch rating, great quirks, and a swing people really like. For me, he's a kind of pretty long swing, but it's not a bad swing. And it feels like a swing that I normally wouldn't like, but when I use him, he has success. So I can't really argue with it. And right now, just really well-rounded. Somebody that people love. Definitely a solid card. On to number 3. This might be a hot take for some. I have Mike Napoli at 3. I think he's got a different swing than the Napoli swing we're used to that we like. I think his clutch rating's a little low. The contact versus righties. Defense is not great. No first base secondary. But he's got great quirks, man. He really does. Dead red, breaking ball hitter, both incredible. He's an offensive guy through and through. To me, what people might not realize, other than the swing being different, I think it's a worse swing. It's a very long swing. Is that he's actually a push hitter, this Mike Napoli. We're in the weeds here. But I swear to you, it's a real thing. Push hitters have really, really, really small timing windows on inside pitches and better timing windows on outside pitches. The ball travels. You have more time to line up a ball on the outside part of the plate. Inside, it's very quick. Lower contact versus righties, plus slow swing, low vision, plus the push hitter. To me, I'm not good enough to rock with this. I can't turn on a single thing with this guy. And it throws off my timing on the outside part of the plate because it's longer timing windows than you're used to, because most hitters aren't push hitters. That means you're going to roll over on outside shit, at least for me, and I'm going to get blown back by the inside stuff. A recipe for disaster. I think there's someone who does what this guy will do for you, but way better. We'll get to that. On to number 2. Number 2 is Gary Sanchez. Now, hear me out. 89 Gary, hear me out. Most people don't play on any difficulties like Legend or even High Hall of Fame with some good pitchers where contact matters that much. I know he's got really low clutch. He's got 44 contact versus lefties. But his swing is so elite and his powers are so good, and now obviously that contact versus righties, that it doesn't really matter. He hits absolute bombs. He has catcher pop time too, which is incredible for a poor defender, but he's got a cannon. He will do for you what Napoli will do with the powers for most players, but with a way better swing and actually valuable defense back there. His block rating's poo, but he hasn't really looked bad when I've seen him at the behind the dish, but he will gun people out. He is just pure power, arm strength and power, which is nice. He's going to be, for the majority of people, the normal run-of-the-mill online player and every offline player, the choice. He's going to be so much better. I will die on this hill. And I'm not someone like this. I can't really rock with those numbers on Legend, but it doesn't matter about me. I'm talking about overall for the game. He's my number 2 pick. The number 1 pick, no bias here, guys. No bias. I swear to God, I'm being serious. I still think Mike Piazza is the best catcher in the game, and I'll tell you why. I think these numbers play for just about anybody, right? The contacts are great. The clutch is great. The powers are really solid. Vision's good enough. The defense isn't bad, especially because he could block. He's got all the quirks you want except for breaking ball hitter, but he's got bad ball hitter, pinch hitter, dead red, all these first pitch hitter, which makes your PCI bigger on the first pitch. And his defense is honestly even solid. He's thrown a lot of runners. I don't know if they tally that. Do they tally that? How many times he's thrown people out? I'm not going to look for that. I'm not going to be going through that right now. But he also fits Arenado team, where he gets a huge contact boost versus righties, but more importantly, a power boost versus lefties and a defensive boost. So he fits that team, but even on his own, he's just overall the better option. I know his swing isn't for everybody, but I promise you guys, try him out. I've always been terrible with Piazza cards, and these are my numbers with him through mostly ranked this year. 465 batting average, 23 tanks. It's an OPS of 1420, and he's hitting 520 versus righties. He's actually hitting better versus righties than he is versus lefties for me. Granted, the lefties we face, right, are just better pitchers generally. It's Randy, Johnny D, whatever it may be. They're usually better, but the numbers don't lie. He's absolutely been killing it for me. It's a big if, right? So for Gary Sanchez, the if was, are you playing on difficulties where contact doesn't really matter? Can you do with the contact? Because it'll work for you. The if here is, if you can hit with Piazza, right? If you can get used to his swing, I think it's much better this year. He's going to give you so much value because he's solid enough behind the dish, right? Really is. And he destroys pitching. He is such a valuable bat to have right now on Legend or anywhere else if you can hit with him. I think he's probably one of the best collection rewards we've seen in terms of for a team division. Very good card, and overall my number 1. Now, what's a little surprise I have for you guys? Well, I'm going to hop into a mini seasons game where I have everybody. This is the mini seasons lineup. I have everybody in the lineup except for Gary Sanchez. I'll pinch hit him. Well, these 3 guys right here. I'll try and get him in the game somehow, but I have the top 5. I actually don't have Gary Sanchez in the lineup. There was really no way for me to make this work. I don't have... Who is somebody that is playing? Will Smith is playing, and he's not in the top 5. He's in an honor mention, but he can play because he plays third base. So that's why that works. But, yeah, we'll play a mini-seasons game. We'll get Gary in there, but we have Piazza, Napoli, Garver, and Kirk in, and we'll try and get these 3 in the game, too, to get some swings in. But it's a mini-seasons game just to show off some of the swings, just talk about it, just light stuff. And obviously, you guys saw a little bit of the highlights earlier from all the games that I've played a bunch of games with Piazza and those guys, too. So... we have highlights of those guys. Let's hop into the game. Enough yapping. Let's see what these guys got. I want to see their swings. A little test drive. All right, so we're a home team this game, and because it's much more fun this way, we're going to play at Shield Woods, and we're going to pitch the new Fernando Valenzuela. I want to see how this card is. A little bit of a sneak peek. We're going to be debuting him on the main channel tomorrow or the next day. Maybe it's going to go live at the same time. I don't really know, but we're going to be debuting them soon. We have the Piazza, Napoli, Garver, Kirk, Will Smith, and we'll get these guys in here if we can. Definitely going to get Gary in there. I got to see that swing. Maybe we'll pinch it for one of these guys. We'll figure it out, but let's get into the game, and let's see what these guys got, man. I want to see their swings. We have Napoli in left field. We don't even care. We're about to throw this mini seasons game. It's on All-Star, so take it for what you will, but a lot of people play on All-Star, and I feel like it just makes the most sense here. I'm not playing a mini seasons game on Hall of Fame. Not that I can't hit the pitching, really. It's actually more about me pitching. When you're pitching to Hall of Fame CPU or Legend CPU, they just rock your shit, dude. They light you up. I have a feeling this Fernando is going to be really nice, especially on Legend for me, because these breaks this year, like, oh my God. They're gonna be crazy. I would probably give my left toe hair to get this card to have a slider on it. Now I want your honest opinion, guys, while we do this, while we play this little game here. Honest opinion. Do you guys think that for those who play mini seasons or just who have dabbled, don't you guys find the lack of being able to like press A and forced to watch all this like cutscenes and stuff, doesn't it feel really clunky? Right? It just feels clunky, man. It feels like more of a simulation than a gameplay experience. Like I'm watching other people play when that happens. I don't like less agency. Oh, Napoli. Got it. Way to play that, Nap. Yes, he did. Simple things like giving Valenzuela a slider and giving J.R. Richard his forkball. It would make all the difference in the world, man. Because right now, Valenzuela, he's just missing that a little bit, like across the body movement. And for J.R. Richard, he's just missing an off-speed pitch, bro. I know he has that slider. Nice play, Will. But, I mean, let's be honest, man. J.R. Richard, those 4 fastballs. I was told that there are more strikes now. And the very late's actually just like that very late release from the CPU is actually just a visual bug. But I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. CPU's still throwing mad balls to me when I face them. So I'm going to have to call Caparoon on that one. There's Piazza, baby. We swing 3-0 and up and away sliders. That was actually kind of a dot. Big Mikey. I love it, man. Now I'm going to hear, oh, it's on All-Star, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I'm going to take my victory lap here. Piazza's a beast. Now, Napoli's he's here to hump the air, which is fine. I'll be honest, I'm a certified Napoli hater this year. I am. This card, at least. Probably because he does so much damage to me, and I do very little damage with him. But I will say, this is more like last year talking, because I'll say this year I've had really hardly any issues getting out Napoli. The way I just pitch him the way that I expect to be able to have success against him, which is like hard in, slow away, and alternate speed combos, and he just can't hit that. Alejandro Kirk, young pretzel nugget. He is a contact hitter type versus righties. Oh no, I thought he was balanced. Nah, that's going to be a killer. That wasn't that. Nothing to do with that. I just sucked with him. Leave me alone. That's gonna piss off Jay. Absolutely. Only one to get a hit was. Well, no, I'm lying. Garber got a hit, but Piazza hit a bomb. Oh my God, they changed his model. Oh my God, they changed his model after my tweet. I think. No way. Did they change anyone else's model? I made a tweet that kind of blew up about Acuna's face, like his model, and they changed it. That's my boy right there, man. That's my boy Blue. Turning on a fastball at 99 inside. I told you Piazza's different. Am I gunned here? No. Told you he's different. He's slower than like roadkill, but it's bombs. It's absolutely Napoli's fault. Nah, that's user error. That's still gonna leave though. I vote Shield Woods. That's good. Garver again. See, I told you. Just swing early. All right, we get to see another Kirk at bat, right? Come on, Tater Tot. Bro, I swear to God, that was a changeup. It's probably because he's got 103 vision, so everything's going to appear so much slower. Yep, that's about right. Yeah, his swing's kind of poopy. Beautiful. All right, not that we need to see the rest of that. You guys already saw the catcher's hit, but you guys let me know. Your opinion's also very important. I want to know what you guys think, but overall, this is the box score of the game. Piazza GOAT, just saying it. Mitch Garver, solid 2. Napoli had a home run. Whatever. Wish I got Will Smith another AB. I never got the other guys at bats, but hopefully we can get footage. If not, and be what it does. Let me know, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I love y'all, man. I'll see you next video. Next, we're gonna work on these, right? We're gonna, based off feedback, we're gonna build different videos with top fives. Let me know what top 5 position you want to see next, and we'll get to it. See you guys soon. Peace. All right, I said, you know, you guys wanted to see the at-bats. I showed you all those at-bats. Decided to cut through the rest of that game and hop into another game to get the ABs of Gary Sanchez, Joe Mauer, James McCann in there too. I want to get those 3 guys in the video too. Gotta get Gary Sanchez in there. He's number 2 on the list. So we're gonna hop into the mini seasons game. You guys will see their ABs. Got it. Gary Sanchez. Oh my. 116 miles per hour off the bat. 487. I mean, I don't replay this. This is them doing this because it's the damn mini seasons. But you know what? That deserves it. That's when I'll watch. Pretty good swing, but unlucky. Unlucky. I mean, it's Joe Mauer. It's the Joe Mauer swing. We know we like it. A little late on it. Hold on. It would have been a home run if he wasn't standing there. His swing's kind of nice. Crazy leg kick, though. Now Alejandro Fat. Goddamn. Tater tot. Gary Sanchez, the only one who showed up. All right, I think that's enough of a debut. You know, we went through the lineup. We showed what these guys got, and that's pretty much it, man. I'll catch you guys after. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and let me know. Let me know what you guys want to do with tier lists, what positions you guys want to see. I'll get it out for y'all. All right, peace.